Well, welcome to video 3 of Pam's Love. I finally received in everything that I ordered, so now it's time to get back on the project. We can get after it, so if you would, stick around. I'll show you what's up next when we come right back. Alright, I'm going to apologize right up front for the background noise. It's hot outside, air conditioner's on, it's going to stay on. So I'm going to apologize up front because you're probably going to be hearing this through the rest of the series of the films. Anyway, first thing we're going to do is I've got to figure out what angle do I want for the hat to sit on. And I figured the simplest way to do that is to find the angle that I want, kind of hold it in place, and then clamp them up here. Now this is just a practice piece, so I mean it's not going to be the actual spot, but that kind of gives you an idea of what I want to try to do. So I'll put a clamp on the back side and on this side over here, and then let us see exactly how it's going to look. Do I want to move it up and down? Do I need to tilt it more this way, more this way? You know, how I want that to lay is what my objective is right now. So hang on, let me get the hat that we're going to actually be using. And this is his hat. So obviously that's too high. So I want to bring that clamp down just a little bit. And again, this is just trial and error right now, really, basically what it is. So we want the hat to be visible. Okay, that's not bad there. And again, this is not the actual board that I'm going to use. I'm just using this so I can subscribe my angles that I'm looking for. So that's, tip that up just a little bit more. Bring me a clamp around on this side. And we're going to go ahead and put one on the back side over here. And like I said, we'll play around with everything. So I'm going to apologize up front. My arms are going to be in your way a lot. But just a necessary part of what I got to do. Is that the angle we wanted? Want it just a little bit steeper. So bring it up just a little bit. That's a pretty good angle right there. Okay. Yeah, I kind of like that angle right there. So I'm going to bring this one up. Okay, and we'll take this one right here. Now let's look at it again. Yeah. Okay. So now off camera, I'm going to kind of tweak this a little bit, get it level, and make sure this is exactly how I want to do it. But rather than bore y'all with all the the fidgeting, I'll be back in just a few minutes. Alright, off camera, I got the angles that I want the board to be at, so that the board's going to sit at this approximate angle right here for the hat to sit on. But let me show you how I came up with that, and it's a really simple solution. I love this level because this bevel right here, this bezel is adjustable. So the first thing I did was I got the left to right level from side to side, and then same thing back here on the back. I know you probably can't see that, but these are level exactly how I want them. So the next thing I wanted to do was to make sure that what angle I wanted them at. So the simplest thing, let me do it this way. I don't know if that's going to work for you guys or not. No, I have to do it. I'll do it from this side right here. I don't know if y'all can see it, but I'll bring it back and show you here in just a second. So the first thing I wanted to do after I knew I've got that level, what I wanted is I set the straight edge on the clamps, and then I spin this bezel until it goes level. And that is it right there. So now I take the measurement right here, and that's about 21 degrees is what that angle is right there. And so if I put it over here and if I were to get in there and look, it would be level again. So I've got both sides marked as level at 21 degrees. So the next thing I did was I took the straight edge and I laid it right there, and then I just scribed a line, a pencil line on both sides. It doesn't matter that it doesn't go all the way out, because I've got the line long enough in here that I can lay that out and scribe it. So the next thing I need to do is to break this all down, and then I'm going to machine the groove. I'll router it with a router bit, and we'll get that in there for the angle for the shelf to slide into. So stick around, we'll be right back, and we'll cut that angle next. Well, I got to thinking, I know that's dangerous, but I do it sometimes anyway, and it was easier and going to be more accurate if I use my laser to cut the groove for the 1/8 inch thick cherry that I'm using for the shelf. So I did a practice run with my laser off camera, and I'll put these two up here for y'all to see, and those grooves worked out perfectly. So I'm going to do them on the cherry now. I did those on cedar, but I'm going to do these on the cherry now. So I'm going to go ahead and frame it, and that's looking pretty good right there. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and close the door. I'm going to turn off the diode, and we're going to press start. It's not going to take real long, so here we go. I will run this twice because I want to make sure I get a good depth into the cherry to hold the boards. So I'll cut it twice. I did a lot of calculation, a lot of layout. Yeah, you use geometry in your real life, you really do. But then what I'll do is I'll come back with a router bit, and I will just take a light skim pass, because the grains of the cherry don't all engrave down to the full depth. The darker lines that you're seeing in the wood grains, those are harder, so they won't engrave all the way down. But I'll take a router bit and I will clean it out. So we're going to run it one more time. But when I run that router bit in there, it will clean it up all the way to the full depth, and it'll give us a good fit. So it's going to work out good. That little piece right there that didn't cut out all the way to the back, that's not a problem. I can cut that out with the router bit, or I can also use a chisel and chisel that out. So I'm not worried about that. That's minor. All right. Okay, so we've got one done. I'm going to do the other one the same way. I'm not going to come back and film that one because this video is going to be probably a little bit long when this is all said and done. But I'm going to do the other side, but it's going to be just the opposite angle and all, but it's going to work out just right. So I'll be right back. All right, as you can see, we've got the slots cut on both sides, and I've done a test fit, and the board is a good fit in there. I actually did not have to run the router bit to clean these up. The cherry cut a little bit better, so that's one less step I had to worry about. But anyway, this is a dry fit, and it's not completely lined up. It's a little bit off right here, but I'll get it all lined up, and then I'll take a measurement for the width here, and I'll cut the shelf, and then we'll slip it in and see how well it's going to fit. But we're going to do that in the next segment. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap up video 3 of Pam's Love. Made a lot of progress today. Doesn't look like a whole lot was done, but there's a lot of arithmetic. A lot of thinking and calculating was done. So but everything worked out just fine. So I'm real pleased with the way the two slots for the shelf worked out. The angle is just perfect, and all in all, we're moving right along. So again, like I said, this is going to be a wrap for video number 3 of Pam's Love. So until we come back, please hug all your family and friends, let them know you love them, and God bless.